What up, everyone? You know who I am. If you've been watching this show, and if you're not for the first time, I am the comic outlaw, doing what I do, traveling from multiverse to multiverse, picking up little knickknacks and toys from this world, because I just love the way you guys do. And it's Funko time. We're doing a little Funko-rama here. We're decorating. We will be going over all Funkos, but we're opening some, of course. And it is Android 18 from Dragonball Z. What is the value of life? Philosophers, church people, sometimes when you're laying alone in bed, you wonder, what is the value of life? It's a hard question. It's one of those questions that seem to plague mankind. This android, this killer machine, was made by Dr. Jerome, along with 17 and 18, who become very important in the story. 18, of course, ends up marrying Krillin, and 17, I recently talked about Dragon Ball GT, had a wonderful little spot in GT where he came back, and they made another version of him in Hell, like Jiro and so the Doctor, and they combined them, and they became like a super ass-kicking 17, but that's all in a different reality, I guess, now. Check out the back. I did one on Vegeta, so this one's turn. And this character was interesting. They thought he was defective, but he just had more emotion. And this android, like I said, learned the value of human life. He ends up sacrificing himself during the Cell games, giving Gohan that little go juice to beat Cell. I've come to respect this character over the years. That it shows that even combat, in the midst of it, you have to know what you're fighting for. You have to understand what you're fighting for. You have to love what you're fighting for. A man defending his home is worth more than 10 hired soldiers, because it's love. It's love for your neighborhood. It's love for your country. It's whatever love you think, whatever love you have. If you're willing to fight for it, if you're willing to fight to preserve it. I always hear stories of men in combat, they seem to lose that humanity. Some do. Some fall into the void and never come back, but there are others that went through the mud and the blood and understand the value of life so much that they just choose not to kill. They choose not to hurt people if they don't have to. They choose to help. There's a difference between justice and vengeance. Very big difference. There's a very big difference of acting out of malice and protecting people out of kindness. You can be a warrior and be kind. It's a kindness to destroy this one person instead of having them take the lives of hundreds of people. It's a choice. It's a kindness that some people don't understand. But like I said, if you've been in it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But without further ado, let's crack this open and have my favorite part. Wow, this one popped right out. Let's check him out. Very cool. He has the bird on him. It was a bird. Like animals, that was part of the thing, that animals would come up to him. He was an android that animals loved. And it seemed like he was more of a force of nature than he was an android. But Stand test. Ooh, this guy can stand. I love the paint job. It's like they dipped him in chrome. It looks cool. I mean, like a lot of the other guys aren't like this. I love the armor. That's one of the reasons I got it. Just because of the way it looked. It looked snazzy. You don't know what that means. Look it up. It's another Earth term. I travel, y'all. Check it out. I love the detail on it. Like I said, little bird, his sidekick. Like I said, he was a catalyst for Gohan when he died. It pushed Gohan to that point. The Super Saiyan 2. That point where rage and serenity became one. Yes, I'm going X-Men First Class, but it seems appropriate for this case. And if something simple as an android designed to killing the value of human life, killing the value of life, period, and the gift that it is. Why is it so hard for us, life forms that bleed, that live through this, find it so hard to get along with each other, or to even see that we're all children of the same universe, we're all children of the stars, the same stardust. And the Great Bang moves through the planets, the sun, the tides, the black hole that consumes everything. In you, the water, the stick, the Funko. It's all connected. So, I love this toy. I love the way that it stands. I do like the whole set. I'll hold up the box again so you guys can check it out. Piccolo does look interesting, but I don't know how he stands. I'll see if I can get him for you guys. But I got Android 16. Yep. Part of the Android saga. I recommend watching it. Actually, it's a good saga. The Cell saga afterwards was good. It was just a good series. I mean, like, I talked about Vegeta. He has his moment. Everybody seems to have their moment in that little block right there. Of course, it's the appearance of Trunks, future Trunks, possibly the most popular version of him, with that big sword, comes in and slices and dices Frieza, does his thing. And yes, this is Android 16. And he will be stacked somewhere on these empty shelves. Yes, we're doing a Funko Ramble, y'all. And as always, I'm the Comic Outlaw, and I'm just reviewing Dragon Ball Z. Got much love for the series, much love for the show, and I'm just letting you know. You guys got any ideas, requests? Hit me up, and always catch me on the flip side. I've been gone for a while. I need to apologize for that, but saving the multiverse sometimes takes me away from here, if you know what I'm saying. And I recommend watching Dragon Ball Z. There are some people that say that it has a lot of talk, a lot of build, and it does. Believe me, there's a lot of chitter chatter, a lot of filler sometimes. It was because the show was really sporadic, being put together back in the old days. The comic was coming out, the show was coming out, and the creator is basically just pulling his hair out on both ends, trying to get everything done. And it made for some interesting storytelling, but if you read comics or watch a long-standing cartoon, you know that not everything's perfect. Not everything's wine and roses. Every cartoon ends up having its flaws one way or the other. And even despite Dragon Ball Z's flaws, it's still worth watching, or at least pick up the new, movies. The new ones they've been putting out, they've been really good. But there's something to be said about the classics, and this is definitely a classic right here. And as always, this is your main man, Comic Outlaw, and I will catch you on the flip side. Yeah, laters.